One of the things that is going to be happening for us is we're moving into this period, beginning this month, but really for the next couple of months, where we get an opportunity to really go on a spiritual journey. We get an opportunity to dive deeply into what we desire and how we desire to expand spiritually. And there's going to be a big focus this month on spiritual growth and personal growth, and you'll see that as we move through the forecast.
This is Leah Steele. Welcome to the Wealth Witch podcast. Just a few years ago, I experienced complete financial collapse. We lost a business, our home, and a car. My husband was selling plasma to pay for diapers and formula. I was living a life I hated, and I was miserable. It was the lowest part of my life. It ended up being my biggest blessing. Just a few short years later, I designed the life of my dreams. I live a life of luxury in beautiful Bali, Indonesia, travel the world, and spend my days helping others manifest wealth and abundance. Living a purpose-led life changed everything for me. This podcast is about my journey, my top tips and tools for manifestation, and interviews with all the amazing, world-changing, inspiring people I meet along the way. Welcome to my world.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Wealth Witch podcast, which is now actually the Wealth Witch show. We are now filming video and recording audio for these shows, which I'm super excited about. So this is our second day of filming. It is our second episode that we've actually done video of. So we're here with the May wealth forecast. I'm really excited about this month. So the card of the month this month was the Judgment card reversed. And the Judgment card is an interesting card because it tends to make people a little bit nervous. And people get a little bit nervous because of this card because they feel like potentially things aren't going to go in their favor. And this month, this card showed up as the theme of the month as the Judgment card reversed. And so when the Judgment card shows up right side up, it typically means that whatever we've been dealing with, that judgment's going to come out in our favor. When the Judgment card is reversed, it doesn't mean that. It means that there's something that we need to look at. There's something that we need to focus on. It's potentially a warning about things to come, but it can also mean that whatever it is that we're working on works out in our favor, but that happens delayed. So this is going to make a lot more sense as we go through the energy part and the astrological part of the forecast. It's going to make more sense about why that card is showing up. But that is the theme card of the month that we pulled during our January 2021 wealth forecast. So with that, we will dive into the astrological transits that are happening in May. We will dive into my divine downloads, and we will dive into sort of the energy forecasting part of the month, which will then be followed up with our tarot card readings. And we will do, as always, a day by day reading, letting you know what card is coming up. And as always, we will be tying it back to wealth consciousness and how you can be wealthy in all areas of your life. So as you may or may not know, I live stream these into my free Facebook group, Wealth Alchemy, every single month. So if you want to catch these live and get a little bit extra from me, we do some extra at the beginning and some extra at the end, then definitely come join the free Facebook group. You're going to want to do that, especially right now, for a couple of reasons. One, there is a free 12-week mini program in that group. And in addition to that, beginning May 1st, we're doing another 30-day free program. I've actually never done a complete 30-day free program like this, and I'm really excited about it. And that is because two of my Wealth Alchemy apprentices who have been studying with me for over a year, Laura Johnson and Carrie Yossi, are graduating their apprenticeship. And I'm so excited. And so we decided to do something really, really epic to celebrate them taking this work that's so important and precious to me out into the world. And so we decided to do this epic free program. And it's literally going to be 30 days of content, emotional clearing, wealth expansion and consciousness work through the form of reflection exercises and journaling prompts. You're going to be getting content from me. You're going to be getting content from them. You're going to be getting incredible emotional clearing with them. And I'm just really, really excited to bring this to the group. So if you are not in that free Facebook group, you definitely want to head over there and jump in. The link to the Facebook group will be in the description of the podcast or the description of the YouTube or Brighton video, the other places where we upload these wealth forecasts to. So make sure that you check it out. But if you're on Facebook, you can just search Wealth Alchemy. The handle is www.facebook.com/groups/real wealth alchemy. So I think that's all of our announcements. We've gotten everything out of the way. So let's dive into the wealth forecast. All right, so it's May. The year has been a little bit hectic to date. Hopefully everybody felt a little bit of a reprieve that we got in April, which was really nice. But the energy for me turned quite stagnant at the end of the month. And things were just moving really, really slowly. And I think that, that was frustrating for me. I imagine it was frustrating for many of you. I was really excited to put the wheels on the cart and move into real forward momentum and motion at the end of the month. But that didn't seem to be in the cards for us. So I'm starting to feel the energy shift right now, and I'm really excited about that. This month is really, really incredible because one of the things that is going to be happening for us is we're moving into this period, beginning this month, but really for the next couple of months, where we get an opportunity to really go on a spiritual journey. We get an opportunity to dive deeply into what we desire and how we desire to expand spiritually. And there's going to be a big focus this month on spiritual growth and personal growth. And you'll see that as we move through the forecast. 2 incredible moon phases this month. Our new moon on May 11th and our full moon on May 26th. Really, really incredible opportunities for creation and expansion, both of those moons actually this month, which is really nice because in recent months, we've had one or the other where I've been don't do anything, don't do creation work, just reflect. And then obviously we have a Mercury retrograde happening at the end of the month. We also have Saturn going into retrograde. So let's dive into that so we can talk a little bit more about what to expect as we move through the month. So the first thing of note that we want to talk about is on May 3rd. May 3rd, we have Mercury moving into Gemini. May 3rd, we have Mercury moving into Gemini. So this transit is interesting because Mercury rules communication and Gemini is all about duality. So one of the things that we really want to do as this happens is be assertive in our communication. We want to make sure that we're communicating really, really clearly. This entire month is a month to really stay in that constant state of curiosity that I'm always talking about, which is questioning everything. And for me, I have a Gemini midheaven actually. So one of the gifts that gives me is the ability to really embrace duality, especially when it comes to my career and my business and my clients. So that energy of Mercury in Gemini is very much about embracing duality and communication. Well, what does that mean? That means that when we're communicating, it's really important that we're embracing all aspects of communication, which is not just us talking. It's also us listening. It is the ability to, yes, you are correct. I will reverse just a minute. I was in the wrong month. I mean Monday, May 3rd is the date of Mercury moving into Gemini. Yeah, so it's embracing all of the parts and all of the duality inside communication, which means it's not just us talking at people, because a big part of communication is the ability to be able to listen, the ability to be able to actually really truly hear what people are saying to us. So learning, this is about learning. This is about assertive communication. This is about staying in that state of constant curiosity, but it's also about mental prowess. And this is something that's going to carry through this entire month. We are going to be intellectually and mentally stimulated this entire month. And planetarily, all of the transits and all of the astrological and planetary occurrences are going to support that. So this movement of Mercury into Gemini is really an incredible time to organize your mind. So really to get mentally organize. It's a time for brainstorming. If you need to do research on a project, it's going to be really supportive of doing that. And to begin to really think about how you desire to advance yourself for the rest of the year. Because as you're going to see as we move through these other transits, there's a lot of opportunity for growth and expansion this month. And so here at the beginning of the month, one of the things that I think is so important is to sit down, have a reflection moment, have some time for journaling or reflection or in your meditation, really get clear on how you desire to advance yourself for the remainder of the year. It is really important as Mercury moves into Gemini to cultivate discipline in your personal practices. I've been saying this for a couple of months because the energy has been really supportive of this cultivation of personal practices. And so it's important that you guys are really embracing that and listening to this. The time, it could not be a more important time to be doing that, to be cultivating those practices and also to really be practicing discipline when it comes to them. It's really vitally important during this month of May, particularly because of that judgment card reversed, that we be in integrity and that we be in integrity with our word. So that judgment card to me can often indicate that we've got contracts or legal proceedings and things happening that we really need to pay attention to. And it doesn't have to always be like true legal stuff, but it can be certainly. But it's like we've got stuff where we're hoping for and expecting a positive outcome in our favor. And so it's vitally important for us to write that judgment card, to move it into that right side up position, that we be fully in integrity with our words. So that's just something, a theme that you want to hold on to through the whole month. Journal. I cannot... You guys know I'm always on about journaling. I think it's incredible. It's how I've designed this incredible life that I live. And so I'm a forever journaling convert. But this month, like, you are going to get so many benefits if you just really stick to and cultivate a journaling practice. And then again, I think like the most important thing about this particular aspect is that you are really embracing duality in communication. So that was a lot, but this Mercury into Gemini, it's really big. It's happening at the beginning of the month, and it's an overall theme for the entire month. So May 11th, we have the first of our two incredible moon phases that are happening this month, and we have a new creation moon in Taurus. I love new moons in Taurus because it's literally create money, right? Like create stability and security for yourself. Beautiful new moon creation energy, and then you've got the incredible Taurus energy behind it as well. So really set intentions for yourself financially for the remainder of the year. Like that is something that I recommend that you do during this creation moon, is really look at what are the financial goals that you're desiring to hit for the remainder of the year. This moon also is really supporting turbocharged personal and spiritual growth. So you're getting a extra oomph of support, energetic support from the universe to get to the places and achieve the goals that you're setting for yourself personally and spiritually. So one of the questions that I would ask yourself as you're doing your journaling or your reflection or your meditation during this new moon is, who are you in your material world? Like, who do you desire to be in your material world? I think often when we start to do wealth consciousness work, we can get obsessed with the desire to have money, right? To be financially well. And we forget that true wealth is actually very well-rounded, and it has to do with being truly wealthy in all areas of our lives. So who are you in your material world, and who do you desire to be in your material world? So for me, it's like, I don't ever want to be dictated to by my finances. So I truly desire to be lifestyle and humanity driven. So what does that mean to me? Well, it means that I can live the lifestyle that I desire. I don't ever have to worry about I don't ever have to feel like money is controlling me. I know that I'm in control, and that all that needs to be shifted is energetically how I'm feeling and how I'm showing up in the world to shift that dynamic. But I'm also humanity driven. And so for me, being properly resourced means I can do more good in the world. So that's who I am in my material world. is somebody who really desires to help humanity and to affect change on a major level, to make a big difference individually. Like, I want the money that I'm able to contribute to make a big difference on a global scale. So ask yourself that question. Who are you in your material world currently, and who do you desire to be in your material world? Taurus is also full of magic and wonder. And so this new moon is really an opportunity to like dream big and to not allow like the practicality of, do I think or believe I can do it, to get in the way. It's like, no, like allow the magic to come in. Allow the wonder to come in. You have the ability to create your reality during this new moon. So do the things. May 13th, Jupiter moves into Pisces, which is one of its home signs. So that's always incredible because it's very, very expansive when it's in its home signs of Pisces or Sagittarius. And it is just, Jupiter always wants us to expand. It wants us to grow. It wants us to do well. And so this date really, truly here at the mid-May marks the beginning of 2 months of like basically spiritual odyssey. I feel like that's how big I feel this is. It's like not just a journey. It's not just expansion. It's like we're setting off on this spiritual odyssey over the next couple of months. So it really is time to create the life we deeply desire. Like, that's the thing that I would tell you most about this month is focus on your spiritual growth and expansion and on where you desire to go, because you absolutely have the ability to manifest and create it into existence this month. Then May 19th, we have a Venus in Gemini trine Saturn in Aquarius. And this is about, basically, I feel like for me, this is like, get out there, get out into the world, either throw a party or go to a party, be social, like get out there and start interacting with people, because this particular conjunction that's happening here is, or it's a trine actually. So this Venus in Gemini trine Saturn in Aquarius is giving you so much support to be wildly successful if you are in social environments. Loyal partnerships can definitely be formed during this time. So you don't want to be hermiting, especially if you're somebody that has really been feeling like pulling back, because the energy over the last several months has made people feeling like retreating. You want to get out there mid-month. Reason being is we've got Mercury retrograde coming at the end of the month. We've also got Saturn retrograde coming at the end of the month. So this month in particular, which let me give you, or this day in particular, I would say probably from about May 12th to the 24th. No, May 12th to the 22nd. Get out in the world. Get out in the world, do the things, throw a party, hang out with friends. Virus be damned, and all of your like restrictions that you have to put on yourself. Like, just have a good time. If you have to throw a virtual party, I guess. But I think the energy of being in other people's like dynamics and feeling other people's energy, like it's just very, very positive at this time. But if you're looking for long-term partnerships, this is so supportive of that. Then May 20th, we move into Gemini season. Some people really struggle with this. Some people love it. I love it because my midheaven's in Gemini. So it's a great time for my business and my career. And it's all about embracing duality. So again, we've got, with Gemini moving in, with the sun moving into Gemini, we have more support of intellectual and mental stimulation and prowess, and really the ability to like embrace learning and training. This is a great time this month to sign up for programs, guys. Like, if there are courses that you've been wanting to do, if there is advanced learning that you've been wanting to do, this month is a great time to do it, because you're going to be able to see clearly, know what's right for you, know what's going to feel expansive for you, know what's going to be really good for you. And if you make those decisions prior to the 23rd of the month and you get enrolled and engaged prior to then, it's going to be good. You're not going to want to do it after Mercury goes into retrograde. But prior to that, you've got a lot of support. Like, evolution is the name of the game this month, and like really deciding for yourself, how do you desire to evolve? And really not just be looking at this month, be looking at the rest of 2021. Like, how do you want to end your year? What do you want to have accomplished? Like, that is really important to be thinking about as you're moving through this month. So definitely want to be identifying goals, being really, really specific in the identification of those goals. and then taking immediate inspired action. So that is the thing that's important here at mid-month in May, is it's not just creating goals and then, writing them in your journal and then walking away from them. It's like, no, you identify the goals and then you take immediate inspired action towards bringing those goals to fruition. Even if it's just a simple step, even if it's just something a little bit smaller. Take the inspired action, show the universe that you're serious about those goals, that you really truly desire to be successful, that you want to bring them to fruition by being willing to do your part in showing up and doing the things. Next up, we have the Sun in Gemini square Jupiter in Pisces happening on May 21st. This is probably really the only, and I don't even feel like it's that negative, but it's probably the only real negative aspect of the month that I'm seeing, which is great. We've finally gotten a reprieve from all of the craziness that's been happening since the beginning of the year. But this particular square is going to make things a little bit sticky. Definitely, people are going to be feeling frustrated. Again, it's really, really important and prudent to watch your word and integrity this month. People are going to be showing up and acting really selfish, and it's really important that you keep yourself in check around that as well, making sure that you're showing up in integrity, that you're showing up from a place of generosity of spirit, and that you're giving people a break that you feel like are showing up as selfish, because the energy is really going to be creating some friction in that way. Then we move into our retrogrades. So Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius from May 23rd to October 11th. So guys, this is a little bit of a difficult time when Saturn goes retrograde, because Saturn rules what? Time. And so as a result, things don't move as quickly as we would like them to, and that can be frustrating for us. But for me, I actually love Saturn retrogrades because they're a time to really consolidate and reevaluate how we're spending our time. Where we're investing that resource. And if you follow me and you've been listening to me long at all, you know that I'm constantly saying your most precious resources are your time, energy, and money, right? And literally either in that order, or energy, time, and money. Your most precious resources that you have. And so Saturn retrograde is a really incredible time to reevaluate how you're spending that resource, to really look at, okay, in my day-to-day living, where am I wasting time? Where am I, not doing myself a service because I'm scrolling Facebook too much, or I'm avoiding things that I need to be spending my time on, looking at work. So for me, it's interesting because I don't ever pre-look at these transits. And over the last week, I've just felt this tremendous energy that oh my gosh, I need to clean up my business. I need to look at where we're wasting time. We need to trim the fat. We need to really dive deeply into the workings of the business and look at time management and how people are spending their time. So of course, when this comes up in the transits, I'm yep, I'm feeling it, because I tend to feel things about a month before they come to fruition. So for me, I'm Saturn retrograde, I'm so excited. I'm literally going to spend this time, and specifically the time between May 23rd and when Mercury retrograde is over, which we'll talk about in a minute, really evaluating where I'm spending my time and maximizing that very, very precious resource of mine. So I hope that you'll do the same. But looking at time in all aspects of your life is really, really important to do during this time that Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. And you've got a lot of time to do it because, again, May 23rd through October 11th. So retrogrades are always a time of reflection, right? So it's just a reevaluation, a reflection, revision. And it doesn't need to be about judgment. It doesn't need to be, and here's judgment reversed, right? Don't judge yourself. It doesn't need to be about judgment. It just needs to be a reevaluation and a reworking and a refocusing. That is what you should be doing during this time, not beating yourself up. It's a great time to just really take some alone time, especially as we move into Mercury retrograde. So the whole entire end of May, this end of the month, this last week of the month, is going to be a time of reevaluation. So that's sort of the positive aspects of that. Some of the negative aspects that are going to come with this retrograde is you are going to likely feel distrustful of people, even people in your inner circle. So just be aware that this is planetary. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be vigilant, because sometimes these retrogrades actually show us things that we weren't able to see before when the planet was in forward motion. So be aware, but also be aware that you're going to feel distrustful. You're going to feel judgment from others. So again, this is our judgment card reversed, right? Our theme of the month. It's like, we're not going to be feeling positively judged. We're going to be feeling negatively judged in the last week of the month. So be aware of that. One piece of advice that I have for you as you're doing this reevaluation and as you're making these plans and as you're really like looking at the goals that you're setting for the rest of the year is because of these these transits that we have happening, you don't need to talk about everything. So this is definitely a time between May and October. If you are planning big things or big revolutionary life-changing things, keep them close to your vest. You don't need to tell everyone about it. It's like quietly plan during this time. The other little piece of warning I guess I would give you is that it's going to be difficult to stick to plans. So this is another place where you really, really need to step into integrity. Be in integrity with your word. If you say you're going to do something, you say you're going to show up, do it. Do not overcommit. If you feel like you're not going to be able to do it, just don't overcommit. But also know that other people, this is going to be happening for them as well. So people are going to no-show you, people are going to not show up, and that's going to be really, really frustrating. So just be aware that that is out in the atmosphere right now. So this Saturn in retrograde is a really incredible time to revisit paused plans. So if you had something really incredible that you were wanting to do and you started doing it and then you ended up putting it on pause for some reason, this is a good time to revisit that and start forward momentum on it again. Yeah, definitely though, just take time for yourself at the end of the month. Like, I can't stress that enough. So May 25th, we have this incredible event happening, and it's a grand water trine. So these trigons are when three planets pass through an element and connect. So we have three planets passing through water signs and they're connecting in these water signs. And so it's called a grand water trine. And we've got Moon in Scorpio, we've got Mars in Cancer, and we got Neptune in Pisces. And so this is all about like intuition, creative inspiration, emotional intelligence. Like we've got these themes happening this month, right? Like lots of themes around intelligence and spiritual growth and expansion. Mysticism, magic, inner growth, like that's all the incredible things happening here on May 25th. So you really want to take advantage of this day. Do something special. Like it definitely is a day of good fortune. So take advantage of that for sure. Because then the next day, May 26th, we have our largest supermoon of the year. So we have a total eclipse of a full moon in Sagittarius, which is my sun sign. So I'm super excited about this one. And it's a full moon. So, and it's a supermoon and it's a total lunar eclipse. And so emotions are going to be crazy high during this time. This is the flower moon. This is a super flower moon. So it's going to be really, really beautiful and incredible. And if you happen to catch the full moon in April, it was phenomenal. And that April moon was the second largest moon of the year, full moon of the year. And it looked like it was literally sitting in my backyard. So I can't even imagine what this month's incredible full moon is going to look like. So biggest and brightest of the year, happening at 7:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. So wherever you are, kind of do those calculations. But it's going to be something to behold and definitely something that you want to see. Hopefully weather participates with everyone all around the world so that they can take advantage of really seeing this beautiful moon. It is going to come with some challenges. Sagittarius full moons, the April full moon was a Scorpio full moon. Sagittarius full moons always come with their challenges because we tend to feel quite avoidant during that time. It's like, we don't want to commit. We're evading our responsibilities. We definitely want to stay in our comfort zone. We don't want to experience expansion. It can really like trigger our desire to just sit in like mediocrity and accept plan Bs. So make sure you watch that on this full moon. On the flip side, if we're willing to release and look at any of those places where we're stagnant in any of those areas I just talked about and really be committed to releasing those things, then what we get to step into is like an incredible period of travel and studying and intellectual growth and expansion and spiritual growth and expansion and adventure. So you want to release all of that stagnant shit that's not serving you so that you can really truly step into the beauty that this Sagittarius full moon can bring you. Then we have Mercury retrograde in Gemini. So the biggest thing I can say to you about this Mercury retrograde in Gemini is please, please, please heed my warning. Do not sign contracts during this 3-week period. You will regret it. And I normally don't give warnings this strong during Mercury retrograde, but this is communication, guys. And there's going to be a lot of hiccups over this 3 weeks. So a couple things you want to do before May 29th. So I would say sometime around the 26th, 27th, 28th, back up your phone, back up your computers. Make sure everything digital is backed up, potentially in multiple places, because people are going to lose data during this time period. It's just going to happen. So do that. Don't say I didn't warn you. And then don't sign contracts. Like anything that you've got going on can wait 3 weeks. So, and I normally give a caveat and I say, oh, the exception to this would be like if you started working on it a few days earlier or a few weeks earlier, then if you were working on it prior to the retrograde happening, you can sign it. Don't sign it. Don't sign any contracts. And here's why. Because this Mercury retrograde is in Gemini. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to see the duality in anything. So you're not going to be able to accurately see where your side isn't being protected or where perhaps the other person's side isn't being protected. Like it's going to be difficult to see duality. So don't sign contracts during this time. Do revisit communication projects. Do this reevaluation of where you are spending your time. You're going to be even more supported in that Saturn retrograde with this Mercury retrograde coming into place. And so, yeah, it's, again, Mercury retrograde to me is a beautiful time of growth because I get to revisit and reevaluate what's working and not working for me in my life. And that's how I use it in my life and my business. The other thing you just want to be wary of during this Mercury retrograde, make sure you're not gossiping. Make sure that you don't get involved in the rumor mill. Misunderstandings are definitely going to happen. Communication is going to be challenging during this time. So it's just something that you want to be aware of. So just really make sure that you're being truthful and completely truthful and in integrity with your word. So I guess I would say the two themes for me when I just look at divine downloads and energy forecasting and astrological forecasting is it's an incredible month for spiritual growth and expansion. And the reminder is just to be fully in integrity with your word. So that's the first part of our forecast. We're going to move into the day-to-day card polls. And yeah, here's where it gets exciting. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this episode of the Wealth Witch podcast. I wanted to take a quick break to talk to you about an amazing offer I have to work with me like my high-end clients do for a fraction of the investment. If there's anything that the last several months of chaos and change has showed us, it's that our perceptions of what is safe, stable, and secure is anything but. You are your guarantee. You are the key to unlocking and calling in the wealth that you desire. If you don't already know, I'm all about belief and intention, and for me, deciding is the most important action you can take. So I don't need to convince you. You'll either resonate with this or not. The only prerequisite that you need to have is a desire to change your current financial reality. This mastermind I'm about to tell you about is about empowering you to take back control of your financial destiny and take action towards creating the life that you deeply desire. The Wealth Alchemy Mastermind is hosted via the Telegram app, and I've set it up in a way that it's accessible. This is an incredible opportunity to work with me in this mastermind at a special pre-launch rate of $44 a month. Yes, you heard that right. Just $44 a month to work with me at the same level that some of my high-end clients do. So what do you get? Weekly exclusive content and training, a monthly Zoom coaching call, a monthly Q&A session, wealth paradigm downloads, wealth activations, and a mastermind chat full of like-minded community. You aren't doing this mastermind for the content. You're doing it for the transmissions, period. You will be activated with abundance just by being in this container. but you have to act fast. The pre-launch offer is only available for a limited time, so click the link in the description of the podcast and sign up now. I'd love for you to join me, so do the thing. Now back to the podcast. Cards don't lie, so let's see what the cards say about the month of May. All right, so I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm a big believer in shuffling. I want all the old energy from last month out of the cards and bringing in all of the new energy for the upcoming month. Okay, so we will start with Saturday, May 1st through Sunday, May 9th, which is Mother's Day in the United States or in that part of the world. And so we will do a theme card for that period of time, that Saturday through that Sunday. So theme of the week is the Six of Wands. So this is really incredible. Theme card of the week for the first week of the month is the Six of Wands. This is the card of ultimate victory. You always want this card to show up in a reading because it means that things are going really well. You're feeling victorious. And getting this as a theme card for the week is great. First week of the month, ready to move into the month feeling victorious. So first card we will pull is Saturday, May 1st. So we have the Five of Swords reversed. If you've been following these wealth forecasts for long, you know that this is one of my least favorite cards in the deck when it's right side up. So I love that it's pulled upside down. So this card, if you can see the symbolism in it, is a guy who has basically won a war. He's won the battle. He's walking away with all the swords and he's won the war. When it's right side up, it's like he's won the war, but he's looking over his shoulder. He's kind of doubting. He's worrying that they're going to come back after him. So when this is reversed, it essentially just means that's not the case. You've won the war, you've won the battle, you're not experiencing any low-level anxiety or angst or worry. It's like you're ready to move on from past issues, specifically when it comes to communication. So there we have Saturday, May 1st. Sunday, May 2nd, we have the Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands, love this card. This card definitely about moving forward and getting messages about purpose and passion projects. So Knight of Wands, moving forward with purpose work, any projects that you've had going on in regard to your purpose work, and really important with this one to look for messages. So our knights are our messengers. They deliver messages to us. So messages coming in about purpose work or passion projects on Sunday the 2nd. So then we have Monday the 3rd of May, the Hanged Man reversed. This card actually came up in last month's reading. So Hanged Man reversed, and this card is about getting unstuck. So here at the beginning of the week, May 3rd, we're getting unstuck. Also an incredible card to get in the reversed position. So far, so good this month, right? Tuesday, May 4th. Love this card. Tuesday, May 4th, 10 of Pentacles, one of the highest money cards in the deck. Really only third to the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is the 10 of Pentacles. This is the inheritance card. This is the card of, it's the happy family card as well. Like these 10 cards, they often depict the happy family. But here we have the couple outside their beautiful house. They're there with their grandfather. There's a couple dogs there. And everyone just looks really happy and healthy. But financially, a lot of financial support comes when this card shows up in the right side up position. Wednesday, May 5th, look at this, Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles on Wednesday, May 5th. Another one of a super, super high money card in the deck, right? It might be a toss-up actually between which is a higher money card, the 10 or the Ace. 10 is like old money coming to fruition almost, but Ace of Pentacles is all about new financial opportunities, new, very, very lucrative financial opportunities coming on Wednesday the 5th. So far this reading, great. Thursday, the 6th of May, 9 of Swords, right side up. So this is the card of mental anguish. Yeah. So worrying about something here at the end of the month, getting ready to go into this new moon. So remember though that Mercury has just entered into Gemini in our energy and astrological part of our forecast. And so this is communication, right? Swords cards are about communication. So really make sure that you're being clear in your communication. Again, maintaining integrity with your word, but definitely going to be a little bit worried about something here going into the end of the first week of May. And so then we have Friday, May 7th, but here's the happy family again. We've got both of these happy family 10 cards in this first week. This is really a beautiful week. So this is 10 of Cups, the card of the happy family. And again, very, very well-rounded. So this family has got everything going right for it, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, physically. So both 10 cards in this week, literally couldn't ask for a better reading this week. We're not even finished with it yet. Saturday, May 8th, King of Wands, straight up. This is definitely a card about stepping fully into our purpose and our passion. So really embracing our purpose work at the weekend on the 8th. On the 9th, we have the 8 of Swords reversed. So this is interesting. Like this card, when it's right side up, means somebody's kind of stuck in patterns of sort of like that mental hamster wheel. And so this card being reversed is really incredible. So this means we're moving out of that place of mental anguish that showed up earlier with the 9 of Swords. So here on Sunday, we move out of the place of feeling stuck in our communication, of feeling mental anguish. So moving out of that on May 9th. So now we will pick a theme for the next week of the month, which is May 10th through the 16th. So May 10th, we have the High Priestess card as the theme of the week, listening to our intuition. And it's beautiful when the High Priestess card comes up when we're going into a week that has a moon in it, because it really means that like we're getting an incredible boost from whatever the lunation is that's happening. So we've got that incredible creation moon happening May 11th, the next day, or 2 days into the week. So we have High Priestess reminding us to listen to our intuition, fully step into our intuition and trust our intuition the second week of May. May 10th, we have the Page of Swords. So the pages sow the seeds. So, and this is about communication. And again, we've got this Mercury and Gemini energy happening here. This card can be a card of gossip. It can be a card of issues over the internet with communication. So make sure that the seeds that you're sowing this month are good seeds. Make sure that, again, you are staying in integrity with your word, that the words that you're putting out into the world, remember, words are spells, right? So remember, when you're speaking, when you're writing, when you're using communication, you are spelling. So be in integrity with your words and your spells. Really what I feel that card means. Then we have our beautiful creation moon on the 11th, and look what we have. Queen of Wands, right side up. So again, like really stepping into feminine creativity in our purpose work. So that's beautiful. We've got the King of Wands in the week previous. Now we've got this incredible Queen of Wands coming up on Tuesday, knowing that we have the ability to fully step into and embrace our purpose work, embrace feminine communication, embrace feminine energy, embrace that incredible lunation that we have to bring your goals and your dreams to fruition. Create the life that you deeply desire, right? Create your opportunities and ability to do your purpose work in the world. Like, what an incredible card to get that day. Wednesday the 12th, we have the 7 of Wands reversed. So 7 of Wands reversed is the card when right side up is standing up for our principles. So something happening at midweek where you're going to feel like you don't quite have the ability to stand up for your principles. So remember that you always do. Remember that you create your reality, and make sure that you're standing up for yourself midweek. Thursday the 13th. 10 of Swords right side up. So this is a card of betrayal. This is the day that Jupiter moves into Pisces for 2 months. So this card really means we're feeling betrayed. Like something's happening here on Thursday where we feel betrayed, and it's right side up. So we are being betrayed in some way, and likely it has to do with communication because this is such a heavy communication focused month. So just be aware of that. Thursday the 13th. Friday the 14th, we have the 3 of Pentacles, another money card. So that's great that we're pulling some money cards here in the second week of May. 3 of Pentacles is about getting something ready to take to market. So I love this. It can be contracts, it can be new projects. It's like we're getting something ready, something that's not quite ready to go to market, but we're working diligently on something. So, and it's right side up, meaning that like it's going to be fruitful. It's going to be really incredible for us. So keep working hard on that thing that you're working on. Put the focus back on whatever project you're working on and take it off of that feeling of betrayal that showed up in the previous day. So we've got Saturday the 15th, 3 of Swords reversed. So I'm glad that this card came up because I was a little bit worried about that 10 of Swords earlier in the week. But this 3 of Swords reversed indicates that we're no longer heartbroken. So we may have felt betrayed at midweek, but by the time the weekend rolls around, we're not feeling heartbroken. So we've stepped out of sadness, that we've stepped out of that feeling of betrayal. We've stepped out of that feeling of difficulty on Saturday. So that's good. Sunday the 16th, we have the 9 of Cups reversed. One of the best cards in the deck, regardless of whether it's right side up or upside down. This is the card of getting your wish. So when it's upside down, it means getting your wish delayed. So getting your wish delayed, but a reminder there coming at the weekend that your dreams are coming true. The things that you set in motion on that incredible full new moon in Taurus are going to come to fruition. Might not come as quickly as you would have liked them to, but it's coming. So remember that. All right, now we move into the third week of the month, the 17th through the 23rd of May. And our theme for the week is the Death card reversed. So I'm gonna look at what's happening here. 17th through the 23rd. So the 23rd, we've got our Saturn retrograde, which would mean, it basically means we're revisiting things that we thought potentially were past when retrogrades come, but it's like, it's not over. So, but whatever it is, and it may have something to do with the thing that happened at midweek, the previous week, where we had that 10 of Swords card where we felt betrayed. It's like something's not over, so don't be too quick to walk away from things or end things. The theme of the week is Death card reversed, meaning like whatever's going on, make sure that you're revisiting it. I would say don't end things too quickly. Monday, the 17th of May, we have the 9 of Wands reversed. So this is the card of the Wounded Warrior. And when it's right side up, it means it's a time of non-action. This is reversed, meaning it's a time of action. So it's time to step out of that Wounded Warrior phase. It's time to step out of that place where we were sort of protecting ourselves and moving slowly or resting. It's time to step into non-action. I think it's fascinating that this card comes up because we're literally getting ready to hit those retrogrades. So this card is indicating to me, go out in the world, do the things that you need to be doing this week. Like take action, don't sit in a place of stillness. You've got a lot of incredible energy that can propel you and move you forward for the rest of the year. Use it this week. Tuesday, the 18th, we have the 9 of Pentacles right side up. So many incredible money cards in this reading this month. This to me is always the card 9 of Pentacles straight up, the card of complete female financial independence. So really, really good money card Tuesday, the 18th. Wednesday, the 19th, we have the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail card. I mean, this month's good, guys. Like, I know that like from mid last year until the end of the year and then into the beginning of this year, you guys were like, can we catch a break? Can we catch a break? The energy has definitely shifted this month. Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail card. Need I say more? Holy Grail opportunities coming Wednesday, the 19th. Thursday, the 20th, Queen of Swords upside down. So this is the day that the sun moves into Gemini, which is communication. So this is women feeling upside down in communication. So again, make sure you stay in your integrity. Identify your goals and take immediate action. That was the advice on this day. Like, be clear and concise in your communication. Stand in your communicative power, especially if you're a woman on this day. It's like a warning, right? Like, don't be demure, don't be weak. Stand up, stand in your queen when it comes to communication. And if you're a man, stand in your king. But the card that came up was feminine in nature. Friday, the 21st, Ace of Wands. So guys, we've got 3 ace cards in this reading so far. This is an incredible reading. So this is new opportunities for purpose work and passion projects coming on Friday. Saturday, the 22nd, 5 of Wands. This is the card of conflict. And so this is right after we have the Sun in Gemini square Jupiter in Pisces. And I talked to you, I said that there's going to be frustration, watch your word, watch integrity. You're going to feel like people are being selfish. So some conflict coming up over the weekend. 5 of Wands, the card of conflict, right side up. So little bumpy part in the road over the weekend. But then we move into Sunday, the 23rd, and we have the Hermit. How hilarious is this? The Hermit card, straight up, right? The card of the spiritual teacher, the guru, but this card is always telling you that you are your own best teacher. It's always indicating to you, go inside, seek internal guidance, seek internal counseling. The day that Saturn goes into retrograde, right? Look at how you're spending your most precious resource of time and really reevaluate, like revisit. You've got the answers inside. So yeah, very, very spiritual card. That's my birth card. I'm a 9 life path. So those of you that are 9 life paths, it's also your birth card, the card of the spiritual teacher, the spiritual guru, but also knowing that you have all of the answers within. Because any good spiritual teacher is only helping you shine the light in the places that you can't already see for yourself yet. You always have the ability to find those answers for yourself. You hire a spiritual teacher, or you work with a mentor so that you can get there faster. So that is our 3rd week of the month. We're now going to move into the 24th, and we're actually going to do the 24th through the 31st. So we'll do Monday the 24th through Monday the 31st of May. And our theme for the week is the Justice card, right side up. So this is a good card to have in a Mercury retrograde, because I told you, be careful of contracts. This is right side up, meaning everything's going to go our way as long as we remain vigilant in making sure that we're not signing contracts during Mercury retrograde, that we're really looking at everything, that we're being really, really good about listening to our intuition when it comes to communication. We should be good. This is the theme of the week. So one thing positive about this, I would say, is Mercury retrograde doesn't happen until the 29th. So this gives you the whole business week of the 24th through the 28th to sign contracts. And this is a positive card, Justice card, right side up. So I would say if you have contracts to sign, they will be in your favor and you are fine to sign them the 24th through the 28th. Just do not sign them after the 29th. Okay, so Monday the 24th, we have the Magician card. We have all the tools we need to move forward. Another incredible card to get in a reading. So love the Magician. He has everything he needs to move forward. He has all the tools and he's literally the magician. So you're the Magician on Monday. Tuesday the 25th, the Tower card reversed. The worst is over. So I know we get super scared when the Tower card shows up right side up, right? We're like, oh, the shit's about to hit the fan. It's reversed, meaning most of the destruction and the damage and the challenges that we've been facing, at least this month. So I would say as it pertains to that stuff we were seeing mid-month with the Swords cards, the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Swords reversed, the worst is over of that, okay, on Tuesday, the 25th. Wednesday, the 26th, King of Pentacles upside down. So King of Pentacles really is a good card always, regardless of whether it's right side up or upside down. This just means that this is like the male financial energy, right? So this is about being fully financially supported and stable, and it's reversed. And so it means that's coming, right? It's coming. I feel like this month, because we've got that Ace of Pentacles energy the first week of the month, like this month is really about sowing seeds, planting seeds for big things, big financial things to happen in the second part of the year. So this King of Pentacles definitely represents that to me, that we're going to be really financially supported moving forward in the second half of the year and in the months that are coming up, because he's like there to support, but it's coming delayed, meaning it's not coming in the month of May, but it's coming in the future. So that was Wednesday the 26th. Thursday the 27th. Here's our judgment card right side up. So we had judgment reversed as our theme for the month. We've now righted it. So we've come through this incredible reading all month. And by Thursday, the judgment card has righted itself and things are going in our favor at the end of the month. Friday, the 28th, we have the star card reversed. So this is interesting. Things are going in our favor, but we don't feel like the heavens are working for us. The heavens are always working for us. So, and it may just be that we can't fully see this judgment card upright coming to fruition yet, but this is us feeling a little bit sad, feeling a little bit like the heavens aren't working for us here on Friday, the 28th. Yep. Friday the 28th, star card reversed. Feel like the heavens aren't working for us. 29th, 4 of Swords right side up. So over the weekend, it's like we're feeling like the heavens aren't quite working for us on Friday. On Saturday, we move into the 4 of Swords. This is a card of healing. So this card is always about it's time to take a respite and heal. And it's a perfect card to get during a Mercury retrograde because you are fully energetically supported to do that. So really looking at anything that's blocking your spiritual growth and expansion, because that was a theme of this, right? Anything that's blocking you from achieving your goals, really look at it at this time of the month and be prepared and be ready to move into healing. You're going to be really, really supported. And then we have Sunday, the 30th of the month, we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. This is the card of resources, time, energy, money. And so when it's right side up, it is like we're fully resourced and we are able to be generous and charitable with our money. When it's upside down, it means we're trying to figure out where to spend our time, energy, money. Again, perfect to get during this period of retrograde because we're actually reevaluating, and we're reevaluating what? Our most precious resources. We've got Saturn in retrograde. We're reevaluating where we need to be spending our time. So this card is really in support of that. It's like, reevaluate where you're going to spend your most precious resources. You're supported in doing that. The good news about that card showing up is we have the resources. The 6 of Pentacles doesn't show up when we don't have the resources. We're resourced. We just are trying to figure out where to spend it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And now we have one final card, which is Monday, the 31st, Memorial Day in the United States. Strength card reversed. 8 of, the 8 in the major arcana, strength card reversed, meaning that like we're not fully feeling like we're in our true power. We're not quite feeling strong. We're not feeling like we have what it takes to move forward. Again, we always do, but this is getting ready to move us into a new month, which is June. And I'm not sure what the energy of that month is going to be yet. I don't recall what the theme card of the month of June was. But this may be a sign of what's to come for June. Not quite feeling like we have the strength to move forward, or just having frustrations, right? But let's enjoy the month of May while we can, because this was an incredible, incredible reading. So I hope you enjoyed your May wealth forecast. We will be back again in June to do it all again. Remember, it is your divine birthright to be wealthy in all areas of your life, and you are so worthy. And you are so deserving. Now go out and enjoy this month and have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world as you are catching this live stream or listening to this podcast or watching the replay of this video. Mwah. That's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. Remember, wealth is a mindset and you are the most powerful creator in your reality. Until next time, this is Leah Steele, the Wealth Witch, signing off.